to talk about the future. There are many countries now who want to use guilt to try and exploit the UK. They ask for reparations. I saw it as a trade minister. It's not culture wars. I was at the WTO. I won't name the minister from another country. And he was telling me that we needed to give up some of the things that we were doing because of colonialism and because they needed time to develop. These arguments are a scam. Don't fall for it. We need to make sure that we put this country first. We work well with our neighbours. We work well with other countries. But we have to look after ourselves too.
Well, I mean, those advocating for reparations would say, shouldn't we just make up for some of the damage we did through the slavery? As a black woman saying that, they may find that hard to understand from you.
Well, there are many things that the British Empire got wrong, but there are many amazing things that the British Empire also did. And we need to be honest about that and stop pretending that it was all bad. The British Empire ended slavery, the Atlantic slave trade. We need to talk about that more.
So today's episode on Africa in a Box. And for those of you that doesn't know who that was, that's Kemi Badenoch, the current leader of the Conservative Party in the United Kingdom. And she is the first black female to be in that position, basically. And a comment on some nations demanding reparations from the United Kingdom based on their involvement in slavery and colonization. I think there was nothing wrong with the comment, although the comment might have some political impact or background. Maybe she needs support from the Brits, that's why she's making that kind of comment. But that comment is the fact. And that doesn't mean she doesn't stand with Africa. I don't know from anywhere. I'm not in support of anything. I'm just in support of the truth. We need to bridge the gap between the truth, conspiracy theories, and some beliefs. So basically, the United Kingdom doesn't owe any country reparations, apology, or anything based on their involvement in slavery. You know why? Because if we want to go by that, then every nation that is present on earth today owe reparations to other nations. Every ethnic group that we have on earth today owe reparations, apology, or any form of money to other ethnic group that they conquered, to other ethnic group that they invaded. Let me remind us of how this world works. Ever since humans evolved on this planet, humans have been evolving in slavery. Humans have been conquering each other. And we have empires conquering empires. We have empires enslaving other empires. That is how it has been since humans have evolved on this planet. The Vikings invaded England now the current England at some point, and enslaved the Brits at some point. The Pharaoh of Egypt enslaved Africans at some point. Even the Arabs enslaved a lot of African countries at some point, and that is how they were able to spread Islam in Africa. So why are we not asking them to embrace reparations? Why are we not asking them for apology? Why are we not asking them for any form of money because of their involvement in slavery? You know why? It's because I realize humans have low memory span. No matter how stories were transferred, some will be left out. And the major reason why people are only talking about the involvement of the United Kingdom is because it is the most recent. But we don't go by the most recent. Even Africans enslaved Africans. This slavery that we talk about today every other European country that engaged in slavery, they joined the slave trade that already existed, although they also engaged in abducting people directly, and they purchased people from blacks that were engaging in slavery. So how are they going to pay? How are those other blacks going to pay their own reparations? So we don't need to be biased here. It's just like asking lion to pay reparations for eating buffalo. You know, that is how this world works. That is not good or bad. I'm asking the United Kingdom to pay reparations or to demanding some sort of money because of their involvement in slavery. It's just the mentality of victimization. It's because Africans want everything given to them. Africans were colonized, and these people gave you the chance to gain independence. Even though they didn't give you independence 100%, you need to take it by yourself. You don't ask them to give it to you. If you see buffalo asking lion not to eat buffalo, Africans need to understand that the entire continent needs to stand up. It's not by asking for reparation, it's not by asking for loan, it's not by asking for apology, it's not by talking about slavery till today. We need to talk about the fact that Africa is divided. These are the things we need to talk about, not slavery. Slavery was a prevailing activity on earth. And this United Kingdom that people are clapping all over today are the one that even put an end to slavery. So in what world are we looking for reparations? In what world are we pointing fingers? There is no ethnic group on this earth that has never been enslaved or engaged in slavery. There is no ethnic group on this earth that has never conquered another ethnic group. They came in the 90s, they conquered, they colonized, and they gave you the chance to gain independence, which you did. But of course, we can say they didn't, like countries like France didn't really leave. They left some ties, they left some strings so they can, you know, it's not left for Africans to redeem totally. Not to be asking for apology, to be asking for reparations, asking for loan. That means we don't even know what we are doing. So we need to stop all this guilt tripping. We need to stop crapping all over Kemi Badenoch because of our comments on slavery and our comments on colonization, everything she said was the fact. You don't expect an apology from the United Kingdom because of their engagement in slavery or their engagement in colonization. Left to other countries, if it was another country that had the power that the United States had after they won the World War II, United States had the power to take over the whole world. They had the first nuclear weapon that was ever built on the earth. But they didn't do that. They only crap all over some countries. They only stopped some countries from building their nuclear weapon. But even so, they couldn't do anything to Russia. That's why Russia has way more nuclear weapons than them today. We need to understand how this world starts. We need to understand where this world is going. Humanity, as we speak of today, humanity has improved. Before, you have countries conquering countries, you have ethnic group enslaving other ethnic group, but this current status quo puts an end to that to some extent. We need to acknowledge that. We need to acknowledge that, and the only way we can acknowledge that is to look back in time to thousands of years before Christ to see how things were being done then and how things are being done now. We need to acknowledge their stand as the world leaders, and we need to acknowledge the fact that we want to grow. We don't want to be a puppet. We need to take a stand. But if we want to do that, we don't have to be asking for reparations, asking for loans, asking for apology. Who needs that? We want everything given to us, but no, we need to take it by ourselves. So I hope this video shed some light on the conspiracy theory that has been flowing up and down, and some people calling Kemi a puppet. For now, I've not seen anything that she does that make her a puppet. She only took a stand for the country. For her country, basically, because she's from there. She is from the United Kingdom. She claims that is her nationality. And she's not doing anything against Africa, but she's telling the truth. United Kingdom doesn't need to embrace any reparations. And Africans don't need an apology. So Africa don't need any loan. Africa has resources, Africa has manpower, Africa has the knowledge. All what is lacking is the division. I mean, the division is what is present, and Africans need to come together, and Africans need to understand that the brain space is so limited. You don't spend all your time dancing, spend all your time doing some cultural thing, and you think you will have time to liberate yourself. We need to understand that our main focus now is to fully liberate ourselves, and we need to come together to have that done. Not pointing fingers and doing all those sort of crap. We need to come together and have things done. Thank you.